Hello, good morning. It's me, Tracy, again to do another DIY. I had a couple of beautiful ladies call me yesterday and said they don't have sublimation and they want to do something nice for somebody, so they want to put some pictures on some cups. So here's my idea of how to put a picture on a cup. This thermos that I found, just a regular thermos, and I put the picture on the cup. And no, this is not sublimation. I basically just put a picture on the cup. So let's get started. I found this nice thermos for $7 at the Walmart. Look how nice it is. Nice thermos I found at Walmart. And I printed out my picture of what we're going to do today. So to get started, we're going to paint this mug. We're going to use Mod Podge, a foam brush, and we're going to cover this mug with it. A nice coat. Just cover it up nicely, you know. Cover it up nicely all the way around. Just cover. Because this is what we're going to stick our paper. We're going to stick a paper to this cup. Just a regular old typing paper. Whatever size your cup is, that's the size picture you print out. Get rid of the edges on the back of it. And just basically using Mod Podge, like I told you, is my favorite to go to. Mod Podge. Because Mod Podge works for everything. Now this cup is a metal tin cup. Not sure about the plastic ones. I will suggest something else for that. But you see, I'm just going to cover this cup up nicely. Nice layer of Mod Podge. I hope you ladies is watching, the ones who gave me a call yesterday. I spent some time on Facebook Messenger, FaceTiming quite a few people yesterday who wanted to do some other things. So I told them it's hard to explain over the phone, but I would do a video. Okay, so here's it's all painted. I'm going to put my picture where I want on this cup. Bring it down some. So basically right now I'm just putting the picture on here, making sure it's even. We still got time with the glue. And make sure the glue and everything's set. Sometimes you gotta work a little fast because this stuff dries up a little fast. And it might not be always perfect every time, but we can try and get as close as possible. Because you won't see it. You won't see it anyway. So I'm going to glue this picture on here. So I use the Mod Podge, glue the picture on. Try to smooth it down. Make sure there's not too many creases in the face and stuff, because we don't want all these creases in the face. And it's just a picture, piece of typing paper. Glue it down. So I'm going to put some, seal up my edges. Because we want everything sealed up. Don't worry about making a mess, because right now this is a messy job. So now that I got my paper on, everything is nice and smooth, I'm gonna do the outside. Don't matter how thick you want it, whatever. Just do the outside. I'm gonna do the outside. I'm even gonna add some more paper under here. Do the outside, smooth it out, make sure it's nice. Because if you don't get enough Mod Podge on it, on the top of it and the bottom of it, then when it's time to put the resin on it, it's gonna seep through it. And we don't want no seep through. So just paint it. This is a step. It has a process step. So, but it's something, it's a way of people still getting their mugs decorated, because I'm sure they have a lot of them laying around their houses. They can get it decorated. So you're just gonna put that Mod Podge on there, put that Mod Podge on there. So all the Mod Podge is on the picture. There's some around the edge here, because I'm gonna put a bottom piece on it. So all the Mod Podge on the picture. So now, this is step 1. There's 4 steps to doing this picture, this thermos without, you know, there's 4 steps to this. So this is the first step. I'm going to let this dry until I don't see the glue anymore. And then I'll be back for step 2. Hi everybody, I'm back again for part 2 of this cup. I let it sit for like 5 minutes to dry. And then I'm going to put a second layer of Mod Podge on it. A nice coating on it, because we want this to seal properly, to make sure nothing get inside. We don't want nothing, because the resin is wet, so we don't want the resin to seep through there when it's time. If y'all like my DIYs, because I have a whole lot of DIYs in my head that I know how to do. If you like my DIYs and you want to continue to see more, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you'll know when my new video is posted. So we're just going to cover this again, and then I'm going to wait 5 minutes till it dry, and then we're going to cover it again, because we need to do 3 layers, and then after that, then we will go to the next step, because this is a 4-part cup. 4 parts. This is a 4-part. In order to be able to, you want to sell cups, you don't have sublimation. A lot of people still doing things by hand, and they want to be a part of the crafting too, without spending so much money for all those equipment that we need to do these things. So I'm just gonna give it a nice coat here. I'm gonna sit this in front of the air conditioner for a few seconds, and then I'll be back. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. The second step has been done. This is what it looks like when the Mod Podge dry up on the picture. It's still a little damp. So right now I'm gonna put my 3rd layer on it. I have my cup spinner ready. I have my resin that I'm going to be using, that I ordered from Amazon. So I'll be using this resin, some foam brush. I have some gloves ready, and I made this my own self so I can spin my cup. Out of some wood. I ordered the pieces from Amazon. And it has a plug to turn it on, turn it off. So we'll talk about that later. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna add my next layer. 3 layers of the Mod Podge to get it prepped, just to put resin on it. This 3rd layer I'm gonna let dry a little bit longer, because I want to make sure it's not wet. And I want it wet when I add my resin on it. I want it wet when I add the resin on it. So I'm just going to put a nice coat on it, another coat. Make sure I get up around on top of it, because you want to make sure it don't seep under there. If y'all like my videos, please like, subscribe. Everybody please subscribe and ring the bell. I've been doing crafting for about good 4 years now, and I really love it. It's a peace of mind, you know. A lot of people like my work. I really appreciate it, that I'm giving back. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. A lot of people have my things in their house. I say a lot of stuff. I know how to do a lot of things. My mind is always going and running and racing to find out what's next. What's next? So, gonna put a nice coat on here nicely. And then I'm gonna let this one dry a little bit. And then when we come back, we're gonna put the resin on it. I'm gonna mix some resin, put it on my cup spinner, and then in a few hours, maybe longer, I will come back and show y'all my finished product. So basically, how you design your own cups without sublimation. You just need a printer and some paper and some cups. And I got this one from Walmart for $7. It was tall. It was only $7. And it was already black. I got a pink one too. It's the pink one. Got a pink one too. Oh, snap. Yay. And this is, I'm gonna do the same one as this one because I like that picture. So I'm gonna finish adding the layer of Mod Podge on it. And just regular Mod Podge. Mod Podge, I love Mod Podge. You know, you can do so much with Mod Podge. And the good thing about it, it dries up clear. So that's why I'm gonna let this last layer sit a little longer, because I wanted to make sure it's sealed good, especially the last layer. And then I'll start working on what I'm gonna do next for my next DIY. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you can go through my photos and see all the things I've done through the years. When I tell you it's a lot, it's a lot. Alright, so I'm gonna let this sit and dry completely. Grandmama's now gonna go wake up her grandkids because it's time to do schooling. And I'll be back to show y'all my finished product and talk about my cup spinner that I made my own self. All right, see y'all later. All right, everybody. I let my mug dry for a good 30 minutes. This is what it looks like. You can see it has a shiny coat on it. The glue is all dry, no problems. So now it's time to mix some resin and put it on my cup tumbler. And then I'll show you my results. So this again is the epoxy 2 parts that I'm using. It's from Amazing Clear Cast. And I bought it from Amazon. And it was a good price. So I don't ever mess with this stuff without some gloves on. Maybe the ceiling fan is blowing. It don't start smelling until it actually start drying. When you're mixing it, I don't smell anything. So all right, so I'm gonna use 2 small cups and I'm gonna fill them both to the top. This is part A, and part A is thicker than part B. So I'm just gonna fill it up. Not sure how much I need, but alright. So now I'm gonna put the same amount as this, because they always have to be even when you're mixing it. All right, that looks about even. So we're gonna dump it in here, and I got my stick ready. So I'm gonna pour my part A in there first. It's so thick. Make sure y'all follow me, subscribe to my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more DIYs. Ring the bell and like it. So yesterday this video was requested, this tutorial, so I'm going to do this today. Alright, so we're going to give it a mix it for a minute. It's going to look gray and faded, but that's okay because it's going to dry clear anyway. Get them edges, make sure you get all that stuff in there. You know, for a good 2-3 minutes at the most. I don't have to go crazy with it. As long as it's mixed up properly. Let's give it a good mixing, because you need a good mixing. Alright, so that should be enough. That's maybe my own cup. Alright, this is the spinner cup that I made. Some wood, you know. I ordered the pieces from Amazon, and I bought the PCP tubing from Home Depot. So make sure, you know, that should be snug enough. I'm gonna turn it on. Wait a minute, I'm missing something. Gonna turn it on for a second because I'm missing something. When it comes to this resin, don't forget your pan. Oh my gosh, this stuff makes it not a mess. So don't forget your pan. Alright, so I'm going to start pouring some on, and then I'm going to smooth it out. I'm not going to get none on that part because I don't want it up there. Oh, that's a nice thin coat. As it turns, it'll catch it. You're gonna lose some. See how glossy and clear it's looking so far? Just make sure you smooth and get all the parts, all the spaces that you need. Sometimes rubbing it gets the bubbles out. Sometimes you gotta use those blowers. I have one of them too. I don't use it as much. I'm just trying to just rub it. If you see empty spaces, just rub some more. It ain't gonna hurt now. If it's too much, it'll drip off. The spinner is gonna make it even itself out. That's what the spinner does. Even itself out. Make sure I don't get down on here, but then the top won't screw on properly. You don't want none on your part that you gotta screw up. So if you see any mistakes, just wipe it. Because it will dry hard. It's hard to get off. You don't wanna do that. Alright, so it's looking like it's trying to even itself out. It looks like it's trying to give itself a smooth coat. So, you ladies that asked me about this, how to do a tumbler without sublimation, this is the way I do it. So, even though I do some sublimation, I have a sawgrass, I like to do it this way too. Because just to buy a big giant air fryer to make a few cups, I don't know if it's really worth me doing that, because I don't really sell a lot of cups. I don't really get into that cup stuff unless they ask for. I have it here if they want it. All right, so this part of adding the resin is done. I still see a little bubbles, teeny little bubbles I see. All right, so this is gonna spin in front of the fan for about 6 hours. 6 hours before this video can be posted, because I can't stand it up now. I can't post it now other than the way it is, because right now it's wet and it's drippy. So it is going to take a few hours to settle itself and dry up to the point where I can finish this video. So that's my 4 parts. So I'll be back to show you the finished product. This video will be posted. I'm gonna have to post this video in a few hours because it's gonna take that long. All right, well, I hope y'all like it when it's done. See you later. Well, hello everybody, I'm back. And this video, I did my steps. 1, 2, 3 steps, 4 steps. This is the last step. This cup is now dry. It's going to need a little bit of extra little touch-up I need to do, like sand it around here on the edges. That's to say, this cup thing, I made my own stuff. I ordered the pieces from Amazon, if y'all want to know. And basically, we finished. It's dry. It dried all night. I got up last night and turned it off because sometimes I don't trust these things just spinning for the whole night. You never know. I ain't trying to burn down my craft room. No, well, this stuff costs so much money. But this is the end results for my cup, people. For my ladies who called me yesterday and says they want to make cups, but they really can't afford the equipment, the sublimation. It's hard to find printers. Well, look at this cup. It's not so bad. This is the smaller version of a canister that I use. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it needs some. I gotta sand it around here on the bottom. I'm gonna sand that all up and then wipe it, you know. I mean, it's not so bad. I think I could have used my heat blower, because you can see little fine bubbles in here, like the little teeny fine ones. But I do have a heat gun. But I just did this for my ladies that asked me about covering the cups for different events that they want to do. And I tell them, you can still do it. It's just going to take a little extra time to do it, a little extra patience, and you can do it. Look how nice that is. So this tutorial on these cups, I think it's nice. I like it. This thermos cost me $7. I will carry her around and rock her. Hey. So that's it for my video for today. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. More videos to come. Thanks for your support.